All right, so let's go on another exploration because this Saturday is Free Comic Book Day in May. This is something I promote and push and encourage all parents to find a local comic book store and take their kids out. Check with your library. A lot of libraries do Free Comic Book Day. What started out about 20 years ago now to get kids to read and to get into the comic books and read comic books has grown. And for many years, it seemed like it was changing to focus on things adults wanted, collectors and stories for adults and comics that would lead into a series so adults would buy it. And it wasn't so much focused on the kids, but it looks like they've gone back to that and they're doing more for kids now again. There's quite a few choices for kids this year. This is 2023, by the way. So I went through the stack to pick it out. It is this Saturday. Find your local comic book store. They're all over. If you don't have one, look for a library. But the selection may vary slightly, and the stores may allow you to have a certain number, a couple, 5, less than that. I don't know. You have to check with them. It all depends. And like always, parents, I encourage you to check the books out before just letting your kid pick it up. It may say Spider-Man on it, but it might have adult content in it that you don't want. I don't know. It's up to you to figure that out. But a lot of the ones I chose don't have things that are offensive. So we'll just go with that, but still check them out. So for the younger crowd, we have Spidey and His Amazing Friends, which I personally love myself. Smurfs 50th, 65th anniversary. Is that 65th? Holy geez, oh man. So yeah, since 1958, it says. Wow. All right. So Smurfs is a lot older than I thought. That's for the parents, maybe. Then we got Mexikid, a graphic memoir. I'm not sure what this one is about, but it looks interesting. I have not read all of these yet, just so you know. Mad Balls and Garbage Pail Kids. All right, come on. I remember those when I was a kid. These things are great. Kids love the goofy stuff. You know, the artwork is great. Even though and just so you know, these comics are free, absolutely free. Walk in, you can take them. The store should not be selling them. That's not what they're for. So make sure they don't sell them to you. These are free. That doesn't mean every comic in the store is free. But come on, you know, the artwork's just as good. It's by the same artists that you see in the ones on the shelf that people are buying. Last Comic on Earth, another modern kids one, looks like things that kids like. But then there's Koto Kodara, which I've never heard of, but it looks interesting because it harkens back to the olden days, quote unquote, olden days, old Disney, old Looney Tunes comic books. Investigators, which I'm sure some of you know out there. Dogman and the League of Misfits. You know, this style came about with Dork Diaries, and I know Dogman's a popular series. This one looks good. I haven't read yet, but it's near the top of my quick read list. Clark and Lex, and then Fan Club Batman Squad. So it looks like a mixture. It looks like for younger kids, and then it also looks like maybe for older kids. So just check that out. And this one looks interesting. The best comic ever. Okay. So you can kind of tell by the cover and then looking inside what they're like. This one looks like it has a little bit of blowing up. So again, check them out before you just let your kids get them. Babysitter's Little Sister. Okay. That looks like cover looks like something I'd have on one of my books. Then there is Animal Crossing based on the video game. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of video game people out there for that. Now, the interesting thing about this one is it is done manga style, meaning it opens the other way as opposed to opening like this for Americans. It opens this way backwards. So it reads backwards. Your kids will understand. Trust me. All right. So that's for the younger kids. And there are other ones out there. There's Spider-Man, Conan, Star Wars, High Republic. But those you have to look at. I'm not going to say they're for all kids. Not all parents want their kids to have Star Wars or Spider-Man. I understand. But there are other choices also. And then for the slightly older kids, we have Sweet Valley Twins and Power Ranger Academy, which looks interesting. I mean, the artwork on the cover is pretty interesting. That looks way different than the Power Rangers artwork I remember. Punch Up, which looks very anime manga style. though it's color. Then the Nightmare Before Christmas Battle for the Pumpkin King. So that's probably going to be a big hit collector for the Disney crowd. I'm sure they're going to rush out and get this one on Saturday if you are interested. Mech Cadets, which looks interesting. Again, I haven't read all of these. Marvel Voices, which I like this one because it's different artists and writers than you might normally get. And then speaking of that, I Am Stan, a graphic biography of Stan Lee. And I believe this is just like an excerpt of a bigger book. So keep an eye out for that. Girl Taking Over, a Lois Lane story, looks definitely teen on it. This one looks interesting just from the cover. Crime Buster looks again like a teen book. And Shaman King Flowers, another manga style, black and white. It opens backwards for American audience. And then this one I didn't know anything about, but Animal Castle. And it looks like talking animals of some sort inside. So again, Saturday, May 6th, 2023 is Free Comic Book Day. I encourage all parents to go out with their kids to the comic book store and get some free comics. Check out your library, get some free comics if they have those. There might be other activities going on. I know the libraries sometimes have other things going on, activities for the kids when they go there. So make it a good day. Me and my kids used to go out and we'd love Free Comic Book Day. It was a big thing. We'd go stand in line, made them feel good. Even though we only stood in line for about 10 minutes, there was a big crowd. It was exciting for them. So, and both my kids read, they had their own comics they read. So again, this Saturday, May 6th, 2023, Free Comic Book Day.